So I worked as a shipping clerk, temporary job. That time I worked on East Broadway, no, West Broadway. And no more than about 2 blocks away, I remember it was on a Saturday afternoon, there was a fire, terrible fire. There was a Triangle Fire. It was very famous. Most of the people of the new generation don't know what it is. They had no control, they had no fire drills, they had no fire escapes. And it seems that they closed the shop because they were afraid. There were about 300 girls working there. They were a vase factory. So they used to examine, and every girl, they had a few women examine every girl before they went home and see that it didn't take out a spool of cotton or something like that. Anyway, about 160 girls died that day. Some of them jumped, and I happened to see it, I'll never forget it. They jumped off the 8th floor right down because they were fire. They were all full of flames. They jumped down from the 6th or 8th floor. Of course, when they came down, there was not much left. Well, it made an awful bad impression. I mean, it roped me up. I never knew of such thing. This was the type of conditions that existed in those days. I remember when they had about 140 girls, they couldn't recognize them. They didn't know who they were and what they were. They were so burned to death. So they gave him what they call a mass grave. So they had a rabbi and a priest and a minister. In that day, it was a rainy day. I think it was somewhere in March. We all marched, maybe 100,000 workers from all the shops. We marched after all these the Levias. And that upset me a great deal.